I am standing right now inside the riverbed in the Elah Valley. It was the same valley where David beat Goliath. Biblical story tells us the Philistines were on one side, most south and west, basically between Azekah on the west and Soho on the south, and then the Israelites were located on most likely Kirbet Kayafa, which was an Israel settlement later found by the archaeologists. So we have these three sides. The Philistines were on one side and the Israelites were on the other side of this creek where I'm standing right now. And then David goes down and he collects 5 stones because he wants to fight Goliath in a non-traditional way. In ancient times, people were fighting as using a hero. So that would mean that you can use a hero in order to fight your battles. So instead of all the people dying, you just choose one person to die. So instead of the whole army fighting, they're just one person. So that's what the Philistines and Israelites did. But the Philistines had a giant, Goliath, who was fighting for them. And the Israelites didn't have anyone big enough or strong enough to fight. David comes and he sees Goliath and he understands that he is beatable because first he is big and slow and he has a lot of equipment on him and he can move, and David is younger and faster. So David does have kind of advantage against him. It's not always that the Goliath wins. Actually, in most cases in history, if you're not using the conventional methods, you can win the battles. That's why we call them the David and Goliath battles. So what happens is that David uses his strength. If David would have used a sword and a shield like Goliath did, he would have probably lost. But David does not use that. He uses his strength. He uses the sling and stones, and he uses that to defeat Goliath. And then after he slings the stone, he knocks off Goliath and he then cuts his head with his own sword. So that is the story of Goliath, and this is the Valley of Elah where the story happened.